Daryl Jackson is gone, and why? Plus, Rooster hits the portal. What's up, guys? Welcome to NBTV K's all day. If you're rocking with the you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on a video. We got a couple things to talk about, so let's dive into it. First up is I already did a video on Daryl Jackson entering the transfer portal, but when I made that move, the video was right after the move came out, and since then, there's been more information about his departure, like why he's leaving and where he's going. So the news is that unfortunately his mother's going through a serious surgery, and he's a mama's boy. I'm a mama's boy. He wants to be closer to his mom, and you know, I just hope his mom gets better. He wants to ride with his mother. I don't blame him. It is what it is. Now, that report came from Kane Sport, but I also got this comment in my last video. Everyone, please stop with all the assuming and negative comments on why my baby brother is choosing to leave UM. Hear it from me, one of the three of his big brothers. Just know our mother is extremely sick. It's not about him being homesick. It's not about him waiting on more money. And it's definitely not about him wanting to play with his teammates or at a high school coach at Florida State in Tallahassee. God, family, and football. So as the comment said, that's his brother saying that their mother is extremely sick, and that's why he entered the transfer portal. And when you read the report from Kane Sport, his mother did speak very highly of Miami. So it's just a tough situation. What sucks about the situation is it looks like, as the brother said, he'll be headed to Florida State to play with those guys. And y'all know I don't rock with Florida State, but there are things bigger than football. So to the whole Jackson family, I truly hope y'all get through this tough time. Now, more breaking news is running back Rooster Jaylan Knighton has entered the transfer portal. And before I even dive into this, I want to commend Rooster, because last year I think he went through a tough season, but he battled back from that tough season, could have quit, but he didn't, and he ended up having his best game of his career against Georgia Tech. So before I even dive into it, I want to commend him for that, because that's not always easy, you know, and most players could have just quit on you. You know what I'm saying? Could have just ran out of practice, went straight into the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? But Rooster stayed to the end of the year, and now he's entered the transfer portal. Rooster is the kid who we all know and love, almost went to Florida State, decided to come to Miami. He dealt with injuries. He dealt with fumbles. When he wasn't dealing with injuries or fumbling the ball, he was a playmaker. He could catch the ball on the dime, take it to the house. We remember the play that we thought was the go-ahead, that we thought was the winning touchdown versus Florida State, where he catches the ball, runs over the defender, boom, get out the way, and then takes it to the house. He hasn't showed the ability, in my opinion, to consistently run between the tackles. I think that's something he can improve on. Is it a big loss for the Miami Hurricanes football team? I do not think so. I think that we'll be able to go get another running back who we can count on. The big thing with Rooster is he was inconsistent. Jaylan Knighton is the guy who I think could benefit going to be a second back somewhere. So you have a running back who already is the starter, and then Jaylan Knighton can be his second starter, can come in on passing downs. That's where I think Jaylan Knighton could excel. He did not excel at Miami. He had his flashes. He had times where I was thinking, man, this kid is going to take us to the next level. But as I say, I would say his biggest problems was consistency. We all know what happened with the fumbles. I commend him for battling back this year, but Jaylan Knighton is in the transfer portal after Daryl Jackson entered the transfer portal, after about 9 other players entered the transfer portal. Guys, where do you stand on the Miami players entered the transfer portal? I stand it on like this. Good, you know, good. I'm not saying these players aren't good players. I'm not saying these players won't achieve things at another school, but what I am saying is what was going on at Miami was not up to standard. We've changed coaches. We've fired coordinators. We've done everything. We've got rid of athletic directors. Well, now it's time to do an overhaul of the players. It's not about adding one player. It's not about adding two players. It's not about adding a Band-Aid over this roster. It is about getting out all the players who don't want to do what Mario Cristobal wants them to do and let them go on their way. And I'm saying this, and I want people to understand, like Mario has said, this is a two-way street. There are players like Keyshawn Smith or Jaylan Knighton who probably wouldn't do well under Mario Cristobal, and they can go to somewhere else, and it's an opportunity for them. So when we say Mario's letting players go or Mario's kicking players out, that's not always bad. That's actually good for some of the players. Some of the players is going to hurt us, but overall, this method of breaking everything down to the bottom, breaking everything down to the core, pulling everything down to the foundation. I said the foundation. Can the congregation say amen? To the foundation, then maybe that's what we have to do, because honestly, that is our last option. Take everything out, take all this roster out, and start to recruit the type of player who can take us to the next level, and try to bring in, via the transfer portal, talented, hardworking players who can fit the schemes, who can fit the mindset, who can fit the work ethic that Mario Cristobal wants. I mean, if you look at the players who Mario's bringing in, you can already see a difference in the size and the physical stature of these players. And I'm sure we're going to start to see the mindset of the type of player that Mario Cristobal wants to bring in as well. But guys, we've gotten rid of coaches. We've gotten rid of strength coaches. We've gotten rid of athletic directors. We've gotten rid of offensive coordinators. We've gotten rid of defensive coordinators. We've gotten rid of head coaches after head coaches after head coaches after head coaches. So if you ask me, this plan of rehauling the roster, let's try it. We were 5-7. We got nothing to lose. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out. Peace.